paid off my parents' mortgage for 3 straight years, but at the family dinner, my dad raised his glass and said, "Let's thank your brother for covering the house payments all this time." My brother smirked, even though he never paid a cent. My mom just nodded proudly. I didn't say a word, just pulled out my phone, requested a full refund, and watched their smiles disappear one by one. My name's Adrian. I'm 28 and I've always been the kind of guy who keeps his head down, works hard, and doesn't ask for much. Quiet, maybe to a fault. While other people splash their accomplishments all over social media or make sure every good deed was public knowledge, I preferred doing the right thing in silence. Maybe I got that from my grandfather. He used to say, the loudest people are usually the least dependable. I believe that. Still do, mostly. 3 years ago, after my dad got laid off from his job at the steel plant, and the bills started piling up, I stepped in without being asked. My parents had always given me a roof over my head when I was younger. And despite our complicated relationship, I thought I could return the favor now that I had a stable job in IT. Their mortgage was around $1,300 a month. Not outrageous, but more than they could manage without dad's paycheck. I offered to take it over quietly. No fanfare, no strings. I didn't even want them to tell anyone. Just wanted them to feel secure. And for 3 straight years, I paid it every month on time. I even automated it through my bank. They didn't have to lift a finger. It wasn't just the mortgage either. There were little things. New tires on my mom's car when she didn't know how she'd pass inspection. A new fridge when the old one started leaking water all over the kitchen floor. I never brought any of it up. Never said, look what I did. Or asked for a thank you. It felt good enough knowing they could sleep easier. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. But over time, I started noticing something off. My younger brother, Derek, 25, charming, cocky, the kind of guy who could talk himself into or out of anything, started acting strangely possessive about the house. It began slightly. He'd say things like, I told dad not to repaint the shutters yet. Wasted money. Or mom should have asked me before moving the grill. Stuff that made it sound like he had some kind of say in household decisions. I brushed it off at first. He still lived with them off and on, usually between failed business ventures or breakups, so maybe he just felt territorial. Then came the offhand comment from Aunt Lily during the backyard barbecue. It's so generous of Derek to help out the way he does. Not every kid would step up for their parents like that. I looked at her confused, and she just smiled and added, you've got a good brother. I didn't correct her. I didn't say anything, but it stuck in my head. The next time I was over, I casually asked my mom if she or dad had said anything about who was paying the mortgage. She waved me off, saying something like, people assume what they want. It's not our job to correct every little thing. But it wasn't a little thing. That was my money, my sacrifice. And I couldn't help but wonder if maybe they were letting people assume on purpose. Maybe they liked how it felt when people praised Derek. Maybe they didn't see the harm in it. I tried to let it go. Truly, I did. But then came the family dinner. That damn dinner. It was a casual Sunday get-together at my parents' house. Just the immediate family and a couple of uncles and cousins. Nothing fancy, just barbecue and beer. Everyone sitting out on the patio. We were celebrating my dad's birthday. I brought him a new set of tools, high-end ones I knew he'd never buy for himself. Derek brought, well, himself, which was par for the course. Midway through dinner, as everyone was digging into the ribs and laughing about something Uncle Ray had said, my dad stood up, raised his glass, and clanked it with a knife. I just want to take a second.